Hello, my name is Andrei, and in this video we are going to talk about Facebook Pixel events. If you own a business or a website and want to increase your results with the help of Facebook ads, you have to pay attention to Facebook Pixel events. They will be a crucial part of your online advertising experience, and you should give them the proper attention. This video makes use of information related to the Facebook Pixel. If you don't have your Facebook Pixel code already implemented in your website, make sure to first watch my video how to add Facebook Pixel to your website using Google Tag Manager. The video is linked in the description down below. This will help you better understand the concepts that will be presented in this video. If you are here just to see the implementation process with Google Tag Manager for standard events, skip to this minute. And for custom events, skip to this minute. A list with all the timestamps from this video can be found in the description down below. If you are new to Facebook Pixel events, I would strongly recommend you to watch the full video. You will learn more about what Facebook Pixel events are, how many types there are, how to test them out after you've implemented them into your website, and much more. Now let's start with the basics. What are Facebook Pixel events really are? Events, as defined by Facebook, are actions that happen on your website. Plain and simple. Basically, any action on your website, clicks, page views, downloads, newsletter registrations, can be measured and sent to Facebook as events. In order to make this possible, you will have to adjust Facebook Pixel base code with some additional lines of code. Don't worry if you don't have the required technical skills or don't have a developer on speed dial. We will take things slow and easy and will make use of Google Tag Manager, which will make this process a breeze. If you've seen my video on how to test up and add the Facebook Pixel in your website and read the associated article, you already know that Facebook Pixel comes out of the box with an event called Page View. If you haven't already, the links for those two are in the description down below. The page view event is the most basic of its kind and it should be triggered on each page of your website. It has many uses. Some of the most noteworthy are creation of remarketing audiences and fueling Facebook Analytics report. The basic page view event looks like this. Again, don't worry about the code itself. I will show you an easy and time-tested method to implement it. There are two types of events, standard and custom. The page view event, for example, it's a standard Facebook event. Now let's take a closer look at standard Facebook events. From Facebook perspective, standard events are predefined by Facebook and can be used to log conversions, optimize for conversions, and build audiences. You can find the full list of Facebook standard events linked in the description down below. This list will help you get a glance of all the available events in one place. Also, it offers you the code that has to be implemented along with the Facebook Pixel. Very handy, right? We will refer to this table when we will do the actual implementation. The key here is to know what to track on your website. Every website and business is different, and each has its own objectives. A freelancer like me might be looking for leads. An e-commerce website will want to increase sales, and a non-profit organization might be interested in tracking donations. You will have to decide what's important for you and to choose the appropriate events from the list. With that said, let's look at custom events. If none of the standard events really fits your business needs, that's when custom events come into play. There are a different flavor of Facebook events. The biggest advantage when using custom events is that you can create tailored events that perfectly match the important actions users take on your website. In terms of the code anatomy, there is a slight difference between the standard and the custom events. I will add them on the screen to help you see the difference. Notice that the function track changed with track custom. Also, this time around, you will be the one defining the custom event's name. In our example, your custom event. To keep things simple, you should keep the event naming as simple as possible. Another major difference is that standard events come with conversions built in that you can start using and tracking right off the box. In the case of custom events, you will have to create, you've guessed it, custom conversions. Custom conversions, as their regular counterparts, can be used in campaigns with conversion objective. This can be extremely powerful because it will allow you to tell Facebook what you want him to generate for you. Now that you have a good understanding of Facebook standard and custom events, let's see how to actually implement them into your website. For this, we will now jump to Facebook list with standard events. We are now on the Facebook page with standard events. In this implementation, we will follow the next scenario. We have a lead generation website and we want to track people that submit a lead form. After people submit the form, they will be redirected to a /success page. The most appropriate event for this use case is the lead event. For now, you will have to find the lead event, highlight the code, and copy it. Now let's open Google Tag Manager and select the appropriate account and container. Once the screen loads, navigate to Tags and click the New button in order for you to create a new tag. For the name of the tag, I will give it a simple name of Facebook Pixel Lead. This will suffice for me, but make sure you follow your own naming convention. If you don't have a naming convention already, I recommend you to create one and stick with it. Let's now look at the tag configuration. For the tag type, we will select Custom HTML. In this HTML feed, we will add the Facebook Pixel code we've copied from the Facebook documentation page with the additional opening and closing of script tags. In our example, this is the code we'll use, but make sure to use any other that better fits your needs. Now we'll have to add a trigger to this tag. Let's click the trigger field, create a new trigger, give the trigger a name. I will name mine Success Page, and under trigger configuration, select page view, some page views, page URL contains /success, and click save. Now our tag configuration is ready. To save the changes, click the save button. Before we go ahead and deploy the code live into your website, let's also look at how to set up custom events. As mentioned earlier, the syntax of the code is a little bit different, but the setup process is pretty straightforward. Let's start the same. Create a new tag. We'll name the tag this time around a little bit different for us to be able to differentiate between the two. For the tag configuration, we'll go the same route. We'll select custom HTML. But this time around, the code is a little bit different. As I've mentioned in the video, we will have now track custom and the event name will be website lead. You can add anything you need or want for the event name. I would recommend you to better describe the user action and the objective you want to measure. Now we'll add the same trigger as we've added to the standard Facebook Pixel event. More precisely, the success page 1. Just as a reminder, I will open the trigger configuration just for you to be able to see the setup. So this trigger will activate the tag only when a user ends up on the success page. The last step now is to click save. We are ready now. Both the standard and custom event tags are set. The final step is to launch those codes live into your website. In order to do this, we'll have to click the submit button, give your version a name, and click the publish button. Now we'll wait for the changes to be implemented live into your website. A new version has been created. Congratulations, the codes have been implemented successfully into your website. We could stop here as I did in my last videos, because if you did everything right, you shouldn't experience any issues. But how can you be certain? Well, there is a way to test your implementation. Actually, there are many, but we will leave those for future videos, where we will take a deep dive in the world of testing and debugging. For now, what you have to know is that Facebook has developed a nifty tool called Facebook Pixel Helper, and that you can download it for free from the Chrome store. The link is in the description of the video. After you install this extension, you will be able to find it in the extension tray in Google Chrome, in the upper right side of the screen. If you do not have a pixel installed on your website, this icon will be grayed out. But if your website has a pixel installed or events, it will light up and show how many events it has detected. Let's look at a practical example. We've already went through a scenario with the success page in our setup, which is a pretty common one. Basically, a user enters a web page that has a contact or lead form, and after it fills and sends it, he is redirected to a success page. I've opened up Google Chrome in incognito mode and navigated to our test website. I have created a simple page with a form. After someone sends this form, he or she will be redirected to a /success page. We have our Pixel tool installed. Keep in mind that if you want your extension to work in incognito mode, you will have to activate this from Manage Extensions in Google Chrome. The first thing you will notice is that we already have implemented a pixel code on this website. This was done in one of my previous videos called Add Facebook Pixel to your website using Google Tag Manager. The link is in the description down below. Pixel Helper actually shows you the ID of the pixel installed in your website and also the page view event which comes with it. We'll now test our implementation by adding information in both fields of the form and now clicking the Submit button. After the page loads, we will be redirected to the success page. As you can notice here, we have more events registered in our Facebook Pixel Helper. So we do have our code, which is the same one we had on the first page, the page view, but now we have two extra events. The standard Facebook events, which we have implemented the first time, and the second custom event we have implemented the second time. As you can see, the custom event has the name you have given it in the Google Tag Manager implementation. Just as an end note, you should have only one event per important user action. We have two here just for testing purposes. And this is how you use Facebook Pixel Helper to test your standard and custom event implementations. Congratulations for the implementation. Let me know in the comments down below what type of event have you used. How hard was the implementation process for you? Have you stumbled at any point? Did you find an easier way to do it? Let me also know in the comments down below. If this video helped you in any way, please make sure to leave a like, share the video with your community and hit the subscribe button. See you in the next one.